do not, I repeat, do not go out and see Poltergeist. Don't waste your money. I'm saving you. We just came back from Poltergeist. It is terrible. It is a perfect example of how Hollywood destroys our classics, Joe, with CGI. They take practical effects and mystery and intrigue and not showing things or showing them in a creepy way and ruin it by doing some creepy like fucking digital zombies. Whoa. Oh my god. And ridiculous 3D effects that we have to see because the trees breaking into the house. You remember that classic scene? Well, let's animate a zombie hand, a zombie tree hand. 3D. Fuck 3D. Okay, thankfully I didn't see this movie in 3D because you would see, oh my god, I would go insane. I saw it in 2D, but it's still complete garbage. We're saving your money. We're gonna tell you exactly why. In fact, we're not even doing 2 videos for this.
Nope.
Fuck this movie. We're only doing 1 combined video. We'll do a very quick summary about just generally what's in it and why it sucks. And then we'll talk about spoilers where we tell you exactly what sucks about it and why it makes no fucking sense. Okay, so let us begin. If you don't know the story of Poltergeist, we have to start there. The original, which the screenplay was by Steven Spielberg, collaborating with another guy, but it felt Steven Spielberg because it was fantastic. And it was, at the time, possibly the best Poltergeist movie. Like, it was basically, you know, what Exorcist did for the Exorcist type horror, Poltergeist did for ghost movies. And ever since that movie came out, countless others were copying it, doing different scenes and elements from it. And so it was a classic. And this is basically a one-to-one, pretty much one-to-one recreation. I couldn't tell if they thought they were clever rebooting it, or if it was a remake, or if it was a sequel. It certainly wasn't a sequel, so it was a reboot remake, but just done really poorly. The story is a family who's a little hard luck on times. The husband doesn't have much money, lost his job, but yet they have enough money to buy a house, apparently. So Twice in the movie. Twice in the movie. So anyway, they go to an area where the house is super awesome looking and super cheap. So they go there, and thankfully in this film, they don't pussyfoot around. Shit starts to happen immediately. Ghosts start, throwing shit around, being mean, and I don't know, some with fucking clowns, right? Joe looks dead here. Anyway.
Don't remind me of clowns, okay? Brings back bad memories.
The clown part freaked Joe out, I guess, but that's about it, because that's just a stupid jump scare. Anyway, so the family gets messed around with these ghosts. Apparently their house is built on burial grounds, and it somehow opens a portal between these 2 dimensions or worlds, because these bodies that were buried, got together and were super pissed off, and so they kidnapped the young girl. And that's what we all know and love from, the girl going into the TV and putting her hands, they're here, kind of thing, and kidnapping her, and now they need to save the girl and do whatever, fix their lives. Oh my God. So we'll start piece by piece. Like I said, it mimicked the original, but it was completely unnecessary. It took everything good about the original, put CGI, and did it in a different way that was less creative. What about the acting in the movie? Could we lean on the acting?
Yeah. The only actor that did anything good, I felt, was Sam Rockwell. He did it pretty good as the dad. He really hit it with the stuff he had to work with.
Yeah.
Which was shit.
He's a great actor.
It was, yeah. No, I really believed Sam Rockwell.
He gave it his all, He did it.
He has that persona,
that
everyman feel to him. He feels like one of the, like he talks like us.
He's a dude bro. No, just kidding. He's not.
I don't know if he's a dude, bro, but he, he makes some jokes. He cracks some jokes, and you're supposed to do that at the beginning of a horror, kind of make us relax, let our guard down, and he did it. He let our guard down. The beginning of the movie has a few sort of creepy moments, but it's still painfully average with how they film those creepy moments. And then there's one moment in this movie that like you should just get up and leave right there because the movie falls apart after that. Del pinpointed it. What was the point in the movie?
It was where this stupid 3D hand just like broke through the window for a tree and like came at you all in 3D CGI. And it looked so fake when it grabbed the kid and he's like dragging him through the entire house and he's screaming and the tree just looks like something that like was photo imposed on it. It wasn't even like slightly matching the environment. It was like super sharp image and everything was less
I was like,
quality.
how can an editor look at this and be like, yeah,
I fucking love me some trees. Yeah.
I fucking
Give me
did.
some more tree action.
3D.
He's like, that part where it comes at you? It's not coming at you enough. We need to increase it.
Right, in the original film, it was all practical effects. It was an actual fucking tree branch coming in that had some weird, creepy, extra long, tentacle-looking things that was fucked up looking. Grabbed the kid, boom! Through the window super quick, but this was like a slow read. Oh, god damn it. Anyways, terrible. So what about the girl? How'd you think the girl did?
Kennedy Clements, who played the little girl in the movie, I felt she definitely fell short of the original little girl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, man, that original girl was creepier, and she had so much more range of emotion to her.
No, this girl was like deadpan the entire time.
Yeah.
And they made her too cute. That's the problem. They tried to make her a cute little girl. And then she was cute even when she was being
Little
terrorized.
girls are
I heard you
already
cursing.
default cute when they're running around with their little,
Teddy
dolls and teddy
they,
bears.
Like,
and
overdid
stuff.
it to the point where like she was being fucking tormented by goats or goats, goats, evil goats.
That would have been a much better movie.
Yeah.
But
Instead,
she's
they
so
were stupid
cute,
zombies.
And she's still like trying to pull the whole "I'm cute little girl" type of thing. It's like, bitch, you're being tormented. Don't be cute right now.
She, instead of the iconic screaming and just face of the little girl in the original, once she realizes that her imaginary friends are not friendly anymore, this girl is kind of just deadpan answer, "Mommy, I don't know where I'm at. Help me!" And so I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the acting? They did all the original family. So I mean, you've got the mother, the father, and the teenage daughter. Her thing was what?
Being a stupid teenager.
Being a stupid teenager, getting mad at everything and looking on her cell phone. Right. And just so cliche. This movie has so many fucking cliches, and it doesn't apologize for it. And
You could replace any of them with any other actor.
Yeah. And that's why the original actors were so much better. They had so much more convincing performances. It was just way better. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Del? What did you feel about the movie there?
The writing in the entire movie, man.
Yes.
Like, okay, so they took the original Poltergeist, and one of the head writers was a guy named David Lindsay of Bear. Yeah. And I don't know where he got his idea for this movie, but he took the original masterpiece, and Steven Spielberg helped write the original and was like the big driving force of that. In this movie, he took it and he's like, I'm going to look at everything that was good in this movie. I'm going to strip it out, and I'm going to add modern shit into it, because you know what people want in a horror movie? They want Facebook and smartphones and Apple pads and drones and cool shit like that.
Toy drones
drones
that apparently are military grade signals.
With like 4K resolution cameras he stole at a Hobby Lobby and all this other shit.
Yes, that is exactly what fucking happened.
And it's like they even injected the whole, like, they made the teenage girl such a bitch to her parents, and that's so cliche with their line. She's like, well, I'm not.
Give me a new phone.
Give me a new phone. I need it right now. It's a lifeline type of thing. And I'm like, oh my god, not all kids are like that.
Yeah.
And it just ruined the entire movie because they added so many stupid distractions in the writing to distract from the story, like phones and headsets and laptops and shit, that it like took away from the original writing, which gave you depth, and just were like, let's modernize it for modern era kids because we want them to go see this movie.
And they fucking ruined it.
They ruined it.
That's how you make your movie. contemporary versus modern, you basically just ruined Poltergeist. It has a shelf life on it now, where the original, it could last for all time. It's timeless.
Yeah.
And god damn it, that's so right. And I think you mentioned David Lindsay, I don't know his last name, or something like that, and his previous credits were children's movies.
Yeah.
They were like Shrek the Musical and robots from Disney, you know, that CGI, and you could tell, like, it was too friendly. There was no creep. There was no tension. And there's a element we forgot to mention is the paranormal investigators.
Yep.
The paranormal investigator, obviously, the parents don't believe the kids at first. And then during a scene where the parents leave and the teenage daughter is the babysitter, that's when all hell breaks loose. Yep. The parents show up while hell is breaking loose. They know that all this shit is real. So they have to get the paranormal people to come in. And they do it like the original. There's a paranormal investigator. However, the expert that they bring in is god dang, I forget the dude's name. Jared Harris. Yeah. And although I like Jared Harris, out of place completely. Yeah. Didn't buy him for a second. This Irish sort of priest kind of reality, of course. Modernizing it. Reality. What is this? Sci-fi ghost hunters?
Yeah.
He does a sci-fi ghost hunter show where his catchphrase is what?
This house is not clean.
Or this house is clean after he finishes cleaning the house, right? But no, Joe was saying he comes up, this house is not clean, and the little teenage girl's, oh, he's doing the voice. Bitch, your sister is kidnapped. Your teenage or your son, your brother almost got killed by a tree, and
she's just fangirling.
And she's fangirling, and it's so tone deaf.
It just breaks the progress of the movie. It just constantly has continuity breaks where they're like, this is happening. There's ghosts. There's spooky ghosts. Bad shit's happening. Oh my god, a star showed up.
It goes back and forth between this, and when it does that, the audience gets completely disengaged. You got, I don't know how I feel about this. Tree broke in the window, damn near molested this little boy. He's like, god damn it, you stop grabbing my ass. And he fucking gets flown out. He's like, ah!
And then he lands on the ground. He's like, I'm okay.
And he's like, yeah, I land on the ground.
I'll
okay.
brush it off.
It's all good.
What happened to you? Oh, God. Anyways. So, Joe, how did you feel? What did you feel was like the weakest point in this film versus the original?
I'm still not convinced this is a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced at all. There's like nothing except for that one jump scare that got me with the clown.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. That was my fault.
8 minutes.
Yeah. Everything else was just terrible. The CGI just did not make it creepy enough. The only thing that made me fear for my life was that squirrel. That squirrel
CGI squirrel.
Dangerous. I was like, please don't let that squirrel get out.
The squirrel.
He was like gnawing at the cage with his red eyes.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god, Joe.
This is the only thing that actually scared me.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
fuck
cool.
everything else. Everything else is pretty crappy.
Yeah, they
The
did this.
fucking a menace. I was like, you know what? That's the horror
Actually,
right there.
I agree with you completely. Like, in fact, the camera does this pan to the squirrel. Well, after it was doing the freaky, you know, I think it was either the clowns running by or maybe shadows running by. I was like, fuck that. And I was like, oh, damn, look at that thing. You know?
I was like, oh my god.
The squirrel was the real star of the movie.
Yeah, it was.
According to
Everything
Joe.
else, it was lacking. The CGI ruined everything, like I said. One of the iconic parts that I wanted to see was when one of the team members from the paranormal or the team went inside to the bathroom, started looking at his face,
Oh, yeah.
and starts picking at it, and then starts
She's just nasty,
Yeah.
and the original dude ripped his face
off.
off.
so nasty. And this one, I guess they try to mimic it, but
No,
instead,
not at all.
Well, I guess they switched it over to the dad because like he was drinking.
Oh yeah, the dad.
Yeah.
And then he just like starts throwing up. It's
Earthworms.
like
Earthworms and
and
mud.
dirt. I don't know what it was.
Stupid.
And
Family friendly.
You see like the reflection from the sink, not the full mirror. It's
Yeah.
just a reflection from the sink. You see like his nose bleeding and his eyes. And he gets
Bleeding
freaked
black
out.
because they
Yeah.
couldn't show real blood because again, family friendly.
And-
PG-13 horror movie.
And it happened like, bam, like in a split second. I was like, that's it.
And to give you and so an iconic scene like that had puppetry and yeah, it looked fakey. Okay, this was back in 1980s, right? But it's when you were a kid and it was the first time it was being done, it was fucking cool. And to show you the contrast between these two films, this new one, they do the same. They do that scene, but instead of having him go into the bathroom and after looking at a piece of meat that explodes with fucking maggots and shit, and then go and rip his face off, he goes into a closet. He's still setting up equipment for the paranormal stuff. And he's using a power drill and he's drilling. And all of a sudden, the power drill flies through the wall as if somebody yanked it. And he doesn't bat an eye. He's like, I must have fucking dropped it. Let me stick my fucking face in this fucking hole to see it. And then this seems like a great idea. I'm gonna stick my fucking hand in here. And you could see all this shit coming from a mile away. The ghost pulls him up, and the ghost is using the drill. And I'm just thinking to myself, what does it look like on that other side of the wall
They
there?
all laugh.
Oh, the fakey zombie
Zombies.
CGI. The zombies are like, and of course they do the drill coming towards his eye, but nothing happens.
Oh, that was
And that's
a
like
letdown.
fucking Saw. So this writer basically ruined fucking Poltergeist.
He was like,
Yes.
let's just take every element that I've ever seen in a shitty movie and just dump it together.
When they had a perfect opportunity to avoid cliches. If
Yep.
they're going to do this one-to-one thing, as you see, Joe was expecting the scenes and expecting a new take on them that is more creative. Because you've had, what, fucking 20 years.
Yep.
And one scene that I really liked, and they do it in the movie, where everything is fine. We got the ghosts are done. And, everything's cool. Oh shit's not cool, and then fucking, shit goes crazy. But before that happens in the original, there was a scene where the mother gets, screwed around with by the ghost. They're lifting up her
yes,
shirt.
yes.
She's
That's
got her
another one.
panties on, and she's like, "What the fuck? Oh no!" And then shit gets crazy. Like lift her up along the wall, and she's like, screaming
Tumbling all
and
over.
tumbling.
Yeah.
She's up on the walls. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is fucking insane!" They didn't even bother with that. They didn't bother with the pool outside where they had they fall into
There's
the
a
pool.
lack of dead bodies.
Lack of dead
There was
bodies.
like
They
a
did
pool.
throw a lot of chairs, though. They threw like 6 chairs in that movie.
Yeah, they did.
Instead
Is that how
of
bold
they
you
kept
were?
throwing chairs
I
every
don't-
time.
I don't even remember chairs. I was expecting that scene where they thought it was funny, and the kids were riding the chairs in the original. They
No,
were
they're like
riding
on the
over stuff.
floor. They're like,
Oh,
check
no,
this
on the
out.
floor.
Put a helmet.
I was like, yeah, then, and that was playful because you thought, oh, maybe the Poltergeist is nice, and then just like fucking does fucked up shit. But there was none of this in the original. It was fucking awful. So that's pretty much it for the review. We're not, like I said, I'm not gonna do a separate video. Just stick around after our final verdicts, and we'll talk about the specific stupid things in the movie. And I know you want to talk about them because you saw it too. It was really bad. Okay, so final verdicts. Boom. Angry Bear, go.
3 out of 10.
Nice. It deserves.
It was completely under average.
Oh, under average. What? It's garbage.
I'm giving it
Yeah.
a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we were talking about it, we got 1 point for the nice neighborhood. It was a pretty neighborhood. I liked it. You got
I
one
was like, where did the points come from? Because at the end, after watching it, I was like, what do you think, Dad? It's like 3 out of 10. I was like, what? But why?
Yeah, 1 point for the nice neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood. It's a nice suburbia. Power lines, lots of cancer
One
going
for
around.
Sam.
You got 1 point for the actors. The
Sam
Sam guy,
Rockwell,
Sam
yeah.
Rockwell. He gives it 1 point, and then 1 point because even though the CGI was shit, it wasn't the worst that it could have been. Like it's not like
it
they
was
just.
the worst,
It's not
yeah.
like they hung up like a paper cutout of a tree and we're like.
That would have been better.
in front of the camera.
That would have been better.
So I give it 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Just because it's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. There are worse horror movies
There are
out
a
there.
lot worse.
Ones that you can't get through. But this one, honestly, I wanted to leave because it was shitting all over the original.
I agree with these guys. 3 out of 10. it tricked me. I got bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
I got bamboozled.
Yeah, because me and Joe
I was like, yes,
love going to
Poltergeist.
horror movies. There have been great horror movies recently. Here are some examples of good ones and why I thought this Poltergeist remake may follow in its footsteps. Number one, the last really good Conjuring. It was a little while ago. It Follows, I hear, is really good. I haven't seen it yet. But Babadook.
Yes.
Babadook, go out.
Netflix.
This shit is on Netflix, Joe.
Yes.
Go out and watch Babadook right now because it is a fucking amazing
Save
movie.
your money.
In fact, here's the thing. That Babadook was actually Kickstarted. It was a fucking Kickstarter. I'm not joking, Joe. And it turns out to be
I love
it
that
uses it uses practical effects. There's so much more creep, tension, really fucked up mind games. And they don't ruin it by going into another dimension and showing you all of the fucked up shit
They
that looks
ruined
ridiculous.
that for me too. The original,
Yeah.
like it's like they go inside that portal. You don't know what's back there.
You don't know what's
And
in the
this
other
one,
realm.
They do. I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty cool. No, it's not cool.
Exactly. We forgot to mention that it is literally a world of just brown CGI, corpses,
Zombies.
all making up the walls. It was just, I was like, oh my god, this looks so bad, and it completely broke. It broke the movie. It fucking broke my head, and it broke the movie. And
broke
so
my
3
head.
out of 10, and that's
Yeah.
why I am giving it, because it broke the movie, and look at my hair. I mean, this is what my hair looks like after coming out of the movie. It's
It
just
kept
like,
going like this. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's like backwards.
what is this? It's 2. 2 out of fucking 10. It is god awful. The reason why I go 2 instead of 3 is because of the original. The original existed. You had an opportunity to build upon it, avoid some of the cliches of that movie, even though that movie technically isn't a cliche because it started some of the different things and it did it first. But this one just is intent on doing the Poltergeist 1-to-1, just less creative, more family friendly, not creepy, not scary at any point during this movie, and fucks it up with CGI at the end, which so many bad horror movies do. I want to choke directors who think that the big reveal must be this big CGI monster or something.
I hate that in movies when they show it too early. Like in
stupid.
horror movies, when they show the monster too early, it ruins it.
God. And you know what really sucks is there were some kids being loud up on the. Did y'all hear
Yeah,
that
the
back
entire
there?
time.
And I was like,
Kid
this
movie.
is probably the
Kid movie.
first time they're seeing Poltergeist, and they see this and they're like, man, this is utter garbage.
Yeah.
And so they don't get to have seen that original when they were, I think I saw it when I was like fucking inappropriate age to see something like that, like 10 or something on a VHS. It was just in there and Dad wasn't home, stuck it in there, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god, put this fucking coverage.
That's how I saw Nightmare on Elm Street.
And I was like, but no, these kids up in that thing, and they were making fun of the whole movie the whole time. I'm surprised they weren't throwing popcorn, and I was like, damn shame. This is what Hollywood does. It seems completely made, since they didn't do anything new or unique except for throw in the
Modern,
cliches
yeah.
and tropes of modern shit, which has
GPS.
been done before.
Yep.
It was done simply to make money,
Yep.
to milk
Yeah.
the franchise's name.
You got us
Poltergeist.
this time. You got us this time.
You son of a bitch. Fuck you, Hollywood corporate. They're a part of corporate
Never
commanders.
again.
Corporate Commanders is like,
Yes. Yeah, it was fucking I hate you. All right, so that's our review and post discussions. Did anybody have anything else on this movie other than it being? a
No,
complete
fuck this
piece of-
movie.
I
Fuck this
really,
movie.
I
Fuck
really,
this
really,
movie.
really liked the credits when we were able to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked being able to leave.
Yeah, I like being able to leave. So don't waste your money. Go see Babadook. Go see Conjuring if you want to see an actual scary movie, something that's cool. Go see those. Don't waste your money. And we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.